record.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Zoom is recording. Waiting for...
We're monitoring.
And that's my notification that we're live. Cool.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. We are Mixed Nuts.
I didn't get to do it.
You wanted to do the da 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 da?
The moment's passed.
I'm sorry.
Oops.
Oh man. Anywho, we're live on Spoon right now. Yay!
We made it.
Does Spoon have a jingle? I feel like they should have a jingle.
I don't know, but I heard Julie calling it the Spooniverse, and I liked that. She was welcoming newbies to the Spooniverse.
I feel like their jingle either should be like someone playing spoons, or it should be like, I'm gonna scoop you up. I don't know. That's what spoons do, right?
I like the first idea better than the second one.
Well, I mean,
Creepy.
I'm just saying sometimes jingles have, words. So if the doesn't work, then I don't know how spoons sound, but I assume it's a lot of clacking.
The clack. Oh dear. I'm gonna share this live on the Twitterverse.
I just feel like there's opportunity for us to come up with a jingle. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, sure. We have not been very successful coming up with a jingle for Mixed Nuts. So maybe that should be a priority first.
I mean, do we want a jingle?
I mean, haven't we tried? What was one of the old ones we were talking about? It was like, oh shoot, was it to a Beyonce song or to a Destiny's Child song? Do you remember?
Oh, I remember you always singing it, and I never knew. I knew what you were singing, but I never knew how to join in. I remember.
I don't remember now. It's on YouTube somewhere. I know it's in one of the clips.
What could it have been? Was it to Independent Women? Was it to Survivor? Bootylicious?
Oh, it's to Nutty Girl. I'll be a Nutty Girl. Because her Nutty Girl was the name of our other one.
That's the one.
That's it. I was like, I don't know what the song would have been. What would the song have been?
Nutty Girl. Nutty Girl. And then we were like, we don't know what else to say.
I mean, Jaquanda was a good
See,
one.
that's true. We did have a jingle for Jaquanda,
Yes.
and that went very well. So,
yeah, because that was just Jaquanda.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. This is what's really funny.
Yeah, we have to explain Jaquanda.
Can you explain Jaquanda?
So Jaquanda, yes, you can easily explain Jaquanda. Let me do it. Okay, so Jaquanda was an idea we had for a series. We have a couple episodes written, but we never filmed them. We just filmed the pilot episode, actually for a magazine that our friend Sam was gonna featuring us in. So we filmed the pilot so she could also link to it. That was a long time ago, damn. But basically, Jaquanda is someone who does not match her name. And so the series is written about all these assumptions that people make about this person based on the name Jaquanda. And then they realize, I'll just say it, she's not a Black girl.
I was like, why are you dancing around?
He's played by Darcy. You can find the pilot episode on our YouTube channel, Mixed Nuts Team. I think it's pretty
alert, since you guys can't see us, since Spoon is just audio. I'm not Black.
Oh, right.
I feel I should share that with you guys. I'm not Black. And Rodnesha and Callie.
It's not Black.
They are.
No.
That's why our name is Mixed Nuts. I'm not even mixed. I'm just straight up white. There's no getting around it.
We're just a mixed bag
of
nuts.
of cashews. Is that what you said?
Cashews.
None of us are brown. We're all just very somewhat tan, like cashews.
I don't think you're cashew color. Unless you've been eating extremely roasted cashews.
I don't know what to tell you, Darcy. I've been meaning to let you know this for a long time. Okay. I am not a Black woman. There, I said it.
Oh,
I'm
shocked.
I've been perpetrating a lie my whole life. And, you know, I'm glad it's out there. I'm free. I'm free. Free to be the white woman I was always meant.
So that boy I punched in the face in high school for calling you names, I should apologize.
In hindsight, I mean, it wasn't nice. Was it maybe accurate, but not nice.
Have you guys ever looked at Rachel Dolezal's website?
No.
Like a website?
Last year she sold a calendar of herself. She got some nerve.
A calendar?
Yeah, of her opposed and all of her Blackness. Mm-hmm. Look it up.
Did anyone buy it?
I don't know. I'm sure people did.
Someone did. I was going to say, y'all watch Joey and the Scammer, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm familiar with who it is, but yeah, no.
I need you to get out of my Caucasian home.
Wait, now that you say that.
With Caucasian excellence.
I now recall what that is.
Oh, the caucasity. I love Joey and the Scammer. At least the few videos I've seen. News flash, Joey and the Scammer is neither Caucasian nor a woman, so there's that.
Spoiler.
Oh man, what are we talking about today, guys?
We've gone so far off topic.
I know already.
And we technically haven't gone off topic because we didn't establish a topic.
Oh,
so we're just riffing, just razzing.
Razzle dazzle.
Yeah, let's get on the topic now.
Well, the first thing I have written down was the last thing that we didn't get to last time, which was how everyone is or is not staying fit during quarantine.
So you mean the thing that I'm not getting to?
Well, she said is or isn't.
Yeah.
So yours is it?
I had a plan, and then I didn't do it.
What was your plan?
So Daily Burn is giving away 60 days free. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That'll be easy. Just, put on the Daily Burn. I have not even signed up. Didn't even go to the website. Nothing. Miles has kettlebells.
Oh, that's right.
He's been doing intermittent kettlebell swinging. I don't know if it's an exercise.
Just at random? Just I think I'll pick up these kettlebells now and just
swing them up.
Kind of half-heartedly, all right, we're going to do some kettlebell swings. What are you doing?
That's funny.
Y'all could easily do some partner ups, eh?
We could, and yet we have not.
Oh, dear.
If it makes you feel any better, I had the trial of Daily Burn for 30 days or 60 days when they did it during Christmas time. I don't super love a lot of their workouts. They didn't grab me. They didn't hook me. I tried. I was like, it's free, so I'm gonna try them. And the few that I turned on, their dance workouts especially, I do not love. Don't love. They're like those cheesy ones that you're just like,
Yeah. I feel like Fitness Marshall may save me. I think I'm just gonna have to put him on. And if I don't dance, I'll at least laugh the calories off. Because
I love Fitness Marshall.
I do too.
Him fun. And my sister, speaking of Christmas, when I was there, we had a night so random. Me and my sisters were at one of my sister's homes, and we were talking about all the dance workouts that we were familiar with. And so Alexis had told me some of the ones that she was doing. I was talking to her about doing Fitness Marshall. And then I don't know if Chris had anything to contribute, but somehow this led to us in the middle of Kristen's living room, fully dressed in like sweaters, not workout clothing at all, trying out all these videos and trying to do all these dances. And we're all like, am I doing it? Am I doing it? And it's just like, I don't know, but you're going for it. And I love it. And you're trying it. And we're like sweating up a storm in this living room. We probably did it for a smooth hour at least, just cause. But all that to say, I have some other sources if you would like to find other dance fitness people who are actually worth watching and will actually give you a good sweat.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm sure a lot of people are doing this right now because quarantine has led to a flock of more people going to TikTok, but just try to learn them TikTok dances. Like before you know it, you've repeated the thing for like an hour trying to learn that, and you're like, wow, I'm sweating.
Yeah, Miles and I have discussed going on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I'm that old lady that's like, I don't get the ticky-tacky, clicky-clacky.
I'm addicted to it. It's a problem.
And that's probably, I think me settling into this old lady character approach to TikTok is saving me in the long run, because I'm just like, I can't get stuck on another thing. I can't. I just can't do it. It looks like fun, but it also looks like it would eat up a large percentage of my day.
You know, there's just so many art people on it now too that I'm like, shit, I feel like it's another thing I have to do to promote. So I try to do just art stuff, but slowly but surely quarantine is making me just do stuff that's not art related at all.
That's how they get you.
Jules supports me and Miles going on TikTok. Well, it's gonna be terrible.
I feel like that would be interesting on TikTok. See, yeah.
It's just for the ridiculous factor.
There are aspects to TikTok that I probably would find admirable, but I just, and we've already established my phone can't hold diddly, so.
This is true. We gotta fix that.
Only one way to fix it.
Well, we have one person watching. Jules definitely said she would 100% watch all of us on TikTok.
I'm already on TikTok.
She said, prove it. I'm there.
She's already here, Callie. She'll find your dreams.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Fitness wise, I've been doing pretty good. I've been trying to stick with my yoga programming. And I started that, thank goodness I started it before now, because now I have more incentive to actually keep it going. But I started it towards the beginning of the year-ish, not fully January, but like somewhere towards the end of February. And had discovered Yoga by Adrienne, or Yoga with Adrienne.
I love Yoga with Adrienne. She's cool. Sorry, I do that too.
She's very cool, and she's very awkward, and I think I appreciate that because I'm awkward. And I feel like if I were gonna be a yoga instructor, I'd be somewhat like her, where I'm like trying to be official but also saying weird things and then distracted by my dog, and I get her. She resonates. So yeah, plus I think when I started doing it, I did one of her 30-day programs. So one, I like the fact that she already had like 30 days mapped out. All you got to do is press play and show up. So I was like, oh, I don't have to go searching. I don't have to try to put together some playlist of like, oh, I can make this my routine. It's literally just, oh, okay, this is day 1 and day 2 and day 3. I like that. When it comes to fitness, I am a follower. I'm not good at aggregating and cultivating and curating workouts. I'm just not. I'm just not. I don't either want to or have the time to, or both. It's both. So if someone lays out a roadmap and says, this is all you got to do, follow this thing, that is what I will do. So she's got a few 30-day programs. So I did Home the first month, and now I'm on True.
True.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think she has another one called Dedicate. And I don't know what the other ones are, but there's a few. So I just figure I'll just keep doing all these 30-day things till there ain't no more. and then I'll figure out what to do from there. But they're very manageable. They're about 30 to 40 minutes each day, so not any crazy amount of time. Home was a good start for me, who is somewhat of a yoga novice, because it allowed me to feel like I could jump in and not be overwhelmed. Because I feel like the issue I always had with yoga is when I would go, they'd just start doing things, and I'm like, I can't, my legs don't do this. I can't do that and stuff. And because it's usually a class that you're going to, like, they don't have time to break things down, or at what point you're jumping in will determine what level you're going to be at. So this allowed me to just start from the ground up, sort of, kind of. And now the one we're doing, the true one, is a little more, okay, you guys know the deal. I don't think that's the order it went in, but for me, it's kind of the order it's working out for. So, I like it.
Did you paint your nails?
Yes,
I was painting my nails. Anyway.
She just has the shakes.
we're zooming.
Just multitasking.
We also zoom when we do our spoons, so we can see each other while we're doing this. And just
I'm gonna do a zoom, and a spoon.
Just zoom and spoon.
Yeah.
Right.
Zoom full of spoon.
Yeah.
Full of zoom.
But yeah, I have not been as successful as you, Rodnesha, with the exercising.
Now listen, here's the thing. I'm not going to cop to the fact that I do it every day. I don't. And I've had to just give myself grace on the days that I don't get to it. But I try to do it at least 4 to 5 times a week. And a lot of it is also because of my back. It's been helping me with my back. And so that's a large part of why I want to keep doing it, because I need to strengthen my core and other areas and stretch out my hamstring and other areas. So it's more medicinal than anything. I'm just making it worse for myself by not doing it. Now, I haven't done much outside of that. Like, I haven't done very high intense interval training or cardio or weights or anything like that because
yeah.
I have gone skating though, and I want to go again. Just got to find a time when it's not raining and a very isolated place where I can go.
Well, the first week was trying to do all the workouts that people have been doing on Instagram Live. So this girl that was on my softball team in high school is a trainer at Equinox. And for a while I've been like following her Instagram, and she would just like put up like interval sets, and I would do that like at my leisure, because I'm like, ain't nobody got money for Equinox trainers. Like, I'm not gonna go to one of her actual classes. So then when she was like, oh, I'm gonna do them for free on Instagram Live, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna do it. And she does it at 1 p.m. every day. And for a week straight I did that. And then, I did Karma's dance class. So Karma used to teach at a studio in Culver City that I went to for years. And so she has been doing like 2 days a week. She does choreo, and then she does her booty pop class, which is a fitness aerobics type thing with twerking, of course, obviously. And so the first week of quarantine, I did all of that. So it was like multiple workouts in a day. And I think I just went too hard the first week. And then the next week was like, okay, I need to take it easy. I did a couple. And then by the end of the week, it was like, I'm starting them, but not finishing them. Or I'm like modifying to the point of like, I just stood here and watched her do this workout. His workout? Like, Callie, what are you doing?
I modified myself to a standstill.
Right? And then that's when my job started allowing us to try to do some telehealth. So, of course, the families that I am working with, it's not daily by any means. I still only have like 5 or 6 hours of work a week. But the ones that are happening are right at that time. Like, nobody wants to do a morning session when they don't have to. No one wants to do an evening session when they don't have to. So most of them are like from 12 to 2, which means it's out for doing that other girl's workout. And then I'm just like tired. But the problem is I'm eating everything. So I need to I really need more.
Yeah, that's had to be something to kind of be on the lookout for. Food factor.
Yeah, and I did, I do those step bets all the time. I just saw Julie was saying she's trying to force herself to at least walk. So the first 2 weeks of, I guess 2.5 weeks of quarantine, I was still in a step bet. And so that money, that one that I was in just ended on Sunday. So that money, I usually just cycle back into another bet. But I'm trying to decide if I need that money right now, if I need to just take my winnings, But the step bets keep me at minimum that active because I have to get the bet to not lose my, get my step challenge for the day to not lose that money. So I might find a cheaper one so I could cash out some of the money that I won. But then still do another bet, because at least if I have to get steps, because right now I've only done 2,000 steps, and that is not a normal day at all. It's the end of the fucking day. I should have way more steps than that. It's a shame, because I'm not in a step bet right now. I haven't tried at all.
What would be? I mean, well, you've also been worried about being out too much, right? Because you were saying so many people are out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. So I haven't been, if I walk my dog, I go early in the morning. And
okay.
I missed that time. I haven't, she's not gonna walk. I didn't get up in time because there's so many more people out walking around my neighborhood.
Right.
I'm not trying to walk past you right now. I'm not.
I think that's why I haven't done walking as much, or at least if I do end up doing it, I'm going to have to go somewhere not around my neighborhood. For a while, it was pretty chill, and I liked that. I like being able to kind of walk around and no one was out, and now everybody's back out. And I'm just like, well, and I think it's also that which it's not like it's that big a deal, but it's just a mild annoyance. The last time I went, I just felt like I was playing Frogger, because you're constantly trying to jump into the street to avoid somebody.
Right.
Or, let's all walk around each other. And then it's just.
Yeah. But see, when I do the step bets, even because I've been doing it for so long, and they base at the beginning of each bet, they base your steps based on what you averaged the last couple weeks. So if you're doing bet after bet after bet, your goals are getting progressively higher. So now I'm at a point where you have to get most bets, you have to get 4 days of a regular goal, and then 2 that are power days that are a little bit higher. So now, if I join another one right now, my goals are going to be 14,000 and 16,000 something. Whereas when I was first doing it, a normal day was 10,000 steps. So even now, if I normal times, if I would go for a walk in the morning at some point with my dog, then have a regular work day, then I'd come home and I'd need to either still do a workout, or I would walk back and forth while I'm watching TV. So I was doing that the last couple weeks at the very least. Let me not sit and binge. Let me get my steps while I binge watch. So I need to do at least that.
Well, quarantine. Guess we'll see who's coming out with what type of bodies when this is all said and done.
I know.
I'm at this point, I'm not aiming to come out looking totally transformed. I just don't want to be huge. So if I can maintain at minimum, I'm
right.
Good.
Yeah, I weigh in myself though, and I'm surprisingly, I haven't gained weight.
Oh yeah, no, I've lost weight. That's what's jacked up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think there's something off about my metabolism because of stress and whatnot. So I think that could also be why I'm not, because I feel like normally if I had taken 2 weeks to not exercise and just eat, I would have gained 20 pounds easy. So I keep looking at the scale like, wow.
I didn't think about the stress factor. I was mostly thinking of like the irregular eating. Like, I don't think I'm eating on a normal schedule. So, but usually that makes it worse, right?
Yeah.
You start like eating off because then your body starts storing instead of processing.
Right.
I don't know what's going on.
I think it's my sleep schedule because I'm a night owl and I don't normally get to sleep much as it is, but now I can do my weird hours where I'm up till 4 a.m. and sleep like from 4 to 10 or 11 or something like that.
Right.
And feel rested for the first time and I don't know how long.
No, sleep makes a huge difference when you're
So yeah, I think my body is responding to that. Because even I'm not as purple under here. Granted, I'm also using some skincare I got from influencers, so I'm a little bit more dewy. And I'm doing products.
Speaking of, I have things for you, Darcy, but I don't know when you'll get them. But someone gave me products that apparently are really nice, but they're like retinoid things, and I'm like, I don't need that.
But my wrinkly, pale skin does send it my way.
Please talk about these wrinkles. Like, you look like an old woman. You don't.
We all know black don't crack, and that I am high risk being as pale as I am. Okay, I need all the help I can get.
Oh dear.
We need to stop it. Yes. We need to stop it before it happens.
At some point, I will get that to you. I just thought it was funny because I saw it, and she was like, I don't know if you need anything or use anything that's like wrinkle products. And I was like, no, not really.
No, but my friend sure needs it.
I said, this is what I said, not that you need it. I said, my friend always thinks she needs more wrinkle products than she does. So I'll give them to her because she'll probably do something with it. That is what I said. I still think it is not that severe, but.
Granted, is my age range for acting still a good 10 years younger than I am? Yeah.
See?
Do I want it to say that way? I do. I really do.
Oh dear. Well, moving on.
Speaking of getting fat, what are we cooking?
Okay. Not the transition. All right.
Well, I guess it's still related, yeah, because I was gonna also say, because I'm trying to make my food last, I think my portion control has been better too. Agreed. So I feel like I'm eating a lot, but I'm probably eating more. What I'm eating isn't great, but as far as the meal size and the amount of meals is probably right. So that's probably why I haven't gained weight crazy. But yeah, trying to stretch my budget has had me looking in my cabinet and Googling ingredient combinations and seeing like what I can make or making things that I have and I make seldomly, and I'm making them more often because I'm like, Callie, don't order Grubhub. Like, you have food here, you just don't want it. So let's figure out to make it something you want. So like I was telling the girls before we started that I forgot I had some rice and I have green beans but no protein, and normally I would make like a veggie bowl and some chicken stuff, but rice and green beans actually was fine. I just seasoned that rice, the hell out of that white rice. I just seasoned the hell out of it and it was really good.
Speaking of taking things that normally you wouldn't do stuff with, I had like these Parmesan garlic French fries left over from something, right? They were probably older than I shouldn't have eaten them. Okay, let's put it that way. They've been in the fridge. They were past their expiration. And so I was with Miles, and it's always a bad situation because he's a very good baker, and we have terrible ideas together. So I was rooting around going, what could I do to this to make it edible? And then in my fridge, I found half a jar of like, that Tostitos queso that has like, the peppers in it and stuff. And I was like, oh, French fry casserole? And he was like, do it. See, he's the devil. And I was like, well, I don't need any more encouragement than that. So I took that, made that as a base of a cheese sauce because there wasn't a whole lot left. Added like he had like 3 different cheeses left over of different kinds of cheese. So we sat there and added a little bit of like milk to it, made some kind of crazy cheese sauce, and added a little bit of Rotel to it to, bulk it up a little bit.
Nice.
Put it in a glass dish with the potatoes and all their garlic stuff that was in there. Turned it into a casserole. He found 2 lonely slices of mozzarella cheese that he had. We put it on top. He just ordered, this is the sad part, he just ordered a huge bag of truffle salt from Amazon.
Or
I don't know why.
okay.
He goes over there and just sprinkles a little bit of truffle salt. And we put that sucker in the oven and made it turn golden brown. And we ate all of it.
That's funny.
It was delicious and wrong.
I have one random lone can of some like Hormel gumbo something that looks terrible. And the only reason why I have it is because it was like a wrongly put into my bag and like an Instacart order, and they don't take that back or anything. They're just like, here, you have this item free of charge because you didn't buy it. So I've just had it, but now I'm like, oh, I have some chips, I have some cheese, I have some rice. I might make some kind of nacho bowl thing with this stew thing that looks like something I would never eat by itself, but I think over stuff, it's gonna work out. So we'll see what happens with that.
Well, this is interesting. I haven't gotten quite that creative with my stuff, but I don't really know where I was going to go with that train. I haven't gotten that creative. Like, I think the last time I kind of started getting low on stuff, I just made tuna fish sandwiches, and I just tried to make it more exciting by adding sriracha to my mayo, which actually was very exciting and delicious. And I highly endorse anybody who wants to have a phenomenal, kicked up, spice up your life tuna fish sandwich. Take some mayo, add sriracha to the spice level that you desire. Throw that sucker in with your normal tuna mix, since mine personally is relish boiled eggs. And that's it, actually. And you have yourself a nice little party. It's good on a melt if you like a tuna melt. It's good on just a regular sandwich. But that sriracha it does something that's just mighty special.
That's
mighty
fun.
Special. But yeah, otherwise, not getting too crazy in the kitchen.
I did make, okay, so I am, I'm ashamed to say this. I don't know why this is this way, but I realized I had never made pancakes ever myself, ever. And I made them, I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Because it's like not even something that it's not like, oh, I don't eat pancakes. I guess it's just always been like, oh, I get that at a restaurant. I don't make that at home, So I was looking at my stuff. I have all this baking stuff. You guys know I'm the baker at holiday time. So I always have an abundance of like pumpkin spice things. Like I have ginger, I have brown sugar, I have cinnamon, I have all of those things in my cabinet all the time. So I had some flour, and earlier, a couple weeks ago, I was like, I need to make some bread without yeast. And I've done that before. So I make some different kinds of bread, right? And then I was like, I don't want more bread, but I have all this flour. What else can I make? Pancakes. And I don't know why it just came to me, but I was like, pancakes. And I made some whole wheat, no milk.
Oh, I saw that picture you posted.
That were so good. And they weren't, they were surprisingly not ugly too for being my first time making pancakes ever, because that's tricky. And then last night I had a sweet tooth and was like, you know what, those pancakes are pretty sweet even without maple syrup on them. And I still had the recipe that I found actually made a lot of batter. And after I made the first 2 pancakes, I was like, these are huge. This is going to fill me up. So I saved the batter. But then I was like, oh, I know the key to pancakes being fluffy is that there's enough like air in the batter and it's not overmixed. But I'm like, these are going to be dense because this has been sitting in my fridge. So I looked up what are ways to make, the batter fluffier. And they said, put a little beer in the batter because the yeast helps open it up, causes air bubbles. And I have 2 bottles of Guinness in my in my fridge because I'm about to tie into another story. A couple years back, we went to visit my great uncle in Las Vegas, and he is a hoarder, and he gambles and has all of these like free gifts from being a frequent attender of all the casinos and whatnot. And so I had recently bought my place, and so he was like, oh, you have a new home, here, take things. And he was giving me all kinds of shit that I didn't need or want. And one of those things was a ton of alcohol that I don't drink. So I have had this 6-pack of Guinness in my beer. Literally the only time one of those gets opened is when my friend Basola is over, because apparently it's a Nigerian thing to drink Guinness. She's like, oh, it makes me want it. I don't know why. That's what she said. So she's always like, yes, Guinness, when we have like a movie day, and she takes one Guinness out. But so there's 2 left. And I was like, we're going to try this. So I put a little beer in the rest of the batter that I had, and I made more pancakes last night, and they were so good. They were perfect. And now I'm just going to be making pancakes because I have a shit ton of ingredients for it. But
I did not realize that. So interesting. My hair's doing weird things. I never really knew what the secret was with the fluffy batter pancake stuff. But on that note, when doing all the COVID-19 shopping, got what's that brand? Krusty's or Krusty's? I don't know how you say it. Krusty's, I don't know. And that is probably the only pre-made pancake mix I've gotten where I've had successfully fluffy pancakes from them. And it's delicious.
Yeah, no, they are pretty good actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I was reading was like, because the first thing I looked up was like, oh, I don't have any milk. Do I need milk for pancakes, And what I was reading was that it doesn't really matter what kind of liquid you use. Like they say milk is what helps make it fluffy, but really it's over mixing it. Like your batter should be lumpy.
Yeah, it's the air content.
Air bubbles, yeah. So, ding, 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 the more you know.
Yeah, though Guinness was a good choice because Guinness has an underlying chocolate.
Yeah.
Note. So no,
so delicious. And I tasted it. I was like, let me just confirm that I don't like to drink this stuff. And tasted it. It was like, it's terrible. I hate it. But I mean, I cook with beer for other things too. So I know it's like, just because I don't want to drink it doesn't mean it's going to mess up my food. Like beer burns off, whatever. But it was so good. The cinnamon, the brown sugar, the Guinness. And like, when I tell you, I just ate them like they were cookies, like obviously not crunchy cookies, but I didn't put anything on them. I was like, wow, I'm so pleased with myself. It's the little things.
Oh man, it was funny that same morning Miles, like I went out to the kitchen and he was making pancakes too. So I was like, oh, it's pancake day. And he didn't have any milk, so he made his with heavy cream.
Oh
heavy
man.
cream.
And it was like a super old school, like Depression era, I think, recipe of pancakes. So delicious.
Ooh.
Thank goodness I am not living with you guys. I'd be 1,000 pounds living with Miles. I'd be 1,000
They're
pounds.
gonna die of a heart attack.
I,
If we don't hurt 5,000 pounds, we're gonna have a heart attack soon.
That's
Miles is always baking stuff, and I don't have the willpower. If you put something in front of me, I think the one time I actually was, when was that? Nope, that didn't happen then. I was gonna say there was one time I resisted him and his baked goods, but that's not true.
Yeah, he just made a cheesecake yesterday.
Huh?
He just made a Basque cheesecake or burnt Basque cheesecake yesterday.
what?
See?
Yeah, homemade jam.
See? No. See?
That sucker's almost gone, and it was huge. Everybody, I went out there today. Robert had a piece. Jessica had a piece, and I'm just like, I haven't even had a piece. Okay.
Listen, let everybody else eat it. Let everybody else eat
Why
it.
is the fat person not even eating it?
I told Miles he's a pusher. He's a dessert pusher, and I won't stand for it.
It's a problem.
I don't think I've ever had anything Miles has baked. How has that happened?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's going to be rectified since I live here. You know, assuming
Right.
we never see each other again.
I know, someday.
The apocalypse.
Oh, that's my only saving grace. Because I think the last time he baked something and brought it to the restaurant, that's what it was. He was like, oh, just come by after work and get it from me. I was like, I'm not coming over there. I'm not falling for your little temptations. And then he's like, well, I'll just bring it to work tomorrow. And I was like, oh. And then he forgot it. And I was like, thank goodness. And then he got off work before me, went home, got it, and brought it back to work. I was like, you are a horrible, evil little man. Why would you do this? Why?
Like, you can't escape the baked goods. I baked it for you.
He's like, I told you I wanted you to have it.
Yeah, he doesn't take no for an answer.
It's truly, truly not okay.
That's hilarious.
I've moved in with the baking version of Satan.
Mm-hmm. You did. You did.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's great. It's my dream.
Your dream is to live with Satan?
If he's gonna make dessert, yeah.
If Satan's gonna make dessert.
That reminds me of the episode of The Office where Jim's talking to Dwight and he's like, welcome to Hotel Hell. Checkout time is now, or check-in time is now, checkout time is never. And he's like, wait, so in your dreams you run a bed and breakfast with the devil? And he's like, I co-own a bed and breakfast with the devil. And he's like, okay. It's like, this is your fantasy. I work with Satan at a bed and breakfast. I don't even totally own it. I co-own it. And it just was funny.
That's sad. You can't own your own stuff even in your dreams.
Well,
yeah.
That's Dwight for you. Just saying when you've been denied so much, I guess. Oh.
He's not wrong.
What is next?
That's a good question.
Why don't you make the next selection, right?
I didn't write it down this time. That's the only reason.
You silly. Well, everyone's been watching some good news. You guys have seen? Yes, there's 2 episodes. John Krasinski's YouTube show about just good things only good news.
Only good news. Darcy, wait, have you not? You haven't?
Oh,
I know about it.
They're like 15 minutes about.
I want to watch it.
Well, then do it. Don't want to, do it.
You know how I have a hard time with happy things? I'm kidding. I just haven't gotten to it.
Well, here's the thing that is nice. I mean, there's the good news aspect of it, but then he also has random celebrity friends that pop up and do things, which is fun because they're just zooming in random little inserts or interviews or what have you. I think the first one had Steve Carell, right? And then And then the second one, dare we say, I know a lot of people have been sharing it and trying not to say what the big thing of it was.
Oh yeah, I know, because I saw it a few times, and then I was like, oh, I just kind of scrolled by it, and then my mom sent it, and she's like, watch till the end, and I was like, okay, so I watched.
Yeah, everybody that shared it was surprisingly not spoiling it, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I should probably keep up the trend. But this one made me so happy in my heart. I felt like it was happening to me. It was wonderful.
I keep trying to greet people when they come in. And like they come in for 0.5 seconds and I'm like, hi, and you're gone.
You have to wait until they actually are in, Darcy. Because people are just clicking the lives and then they hear and they're like, nope, boring, nope.
I'm sad.
Can't win them all, kid.
I was just trying to say hi.
People don't know on Spoon, which I think a lot of people don't, because I'm an elder millennial, I actually read like directions and stuff. So I think a lot of people join and don't read like the FAQs, but I did. And I think a lot of people don't realize that on Spoon, you can long press live to preview to hear what's going on without actually going in. So people just click on it and they're like, oh, I don't want, you know what I mean? So you get those quick numbers. It's like someone's like, oh, someone joined, and then they leave and you're like, oh, they didn't join. You can avoid that. You can long press and preview and decide.
You can stop giving people false hope. People.
Yeah, false hope. That's what it is.
Well, thanks for the false hope, Dylan. And then David disappeared. Bye, David. And then Joa, he popped in. I'm just going to call people out. You're not here, so you can't hear it. Just here to say, screw you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, guys, I'm going home.
Except for David. He was here, and he said hi and talked about potatoes, and I didn't get to comment back about hi.
I want potatoes.
Yeah, I have a 10-pound bag of potatoes. We're going to make truffle scalloped potatoes, maybe French fries.
Well, I have some potatoes in my cart for the groceries that are allegedly supposed to come Friday afternoon. However, every time I've gotten some scheduled and it's a afternoon or evening delivery, by the time they start shopping, there's no food left. So I doubt any of that will come. But, they said this was a critical week to stay inside. So I'm like, let me attempt to order something. And then at the end of the week, it is what it is. If my food don't come, I gotta go grocery shopping. Because I can't keep having pancakes and rice and green beans.
Yeah.
What? That's breakfast at champions.
Oh, Jesus. It's a struggle.
You just reminded me though that I got, because I was trying to get things that had a longer shelf life as opposed to actual potatoes. I forgot that I have like the potato flake. Yeah. But the brand that I got, I researched because I was like, listen, I'm not trying to have those box potatoes that make you sad and make you regret every life choice you ever made. So these apparently have a very high approval of them. So, but the point is, I just realized I have those. So I was like, ooh, I can have the rest of this rotisserie chicken, some carrots, and potatoes. And that'll be kind of a complete-ish meal.
That is a complete-ish meal. See, I'm missing protein. And like I said, what I had earlier was the rice and the veggies, but nothing else.
Well, I only have the protein because, so this is what I was going to tell you guys earlier about everyone trying to make me cry this week. And I'm not having it.
I'm now waiting to the heart of this conversation.
Maybe. First off, talking to you, John Krasinski, who's definitely not listening to this, but maybe possibly one day could stumble upon it. Talking to you, John Krasinski, with your some good news. This episode, I literally watched it, and I was just watching it. I was just like, oh, this is delightful. This is lovely. This is nice. And then it gets to the part that happens at the end. And I literally am in my kitchen because I was making breakfast when it happened. And then I just stopped everything and was in my kitchen, jumping up and down, screaming, crying, singing, smiling, and bawling all at the same time.
Yeah, for real, Darcy, your face. You have to watch it. You have to.
Have to. And I was like, what's happening to me? Like, so many things are happening right now. And I could not stop jumping up and down. I was just like, yeah, it was a whole mess. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay. That's no more crying this week. We're done with that. No more. And then I think my dad called me at one point and we were just chit-chatting. And then he was talking to me and he was just like, or we had ended the conversation. And then he called back and he was like, I just wanted to say, I know we finished talking, but I just wanted to say thank you. And I was like, thank you for what? I haven't done anything other than stay alive and stay Black. I don't know. So
You're welcome.
I was just like, huh? And he was just like, well, I was talking to your sister and she was talking to me about, some things and how she's been processing everything. And she's been saying how you've been really helping her process stuff and encouraging her and, talking, scriptures with her and just talking encouragement stuff. And she said that that's been really helpful. So thank you for, just being there for your sister. And I was like, you're welcome. It's like, I'm not gonna cry. You won't get me, sir. Get off my phone, old man. So that was that one. And I was like, okay, that kind of came out of nowhere. And I'm in the middle of CVS and I was like, no. And then the other one was, I'm at home. One of my coworkers had mentioned that she was going to make a Costco run this week. And if anybody needed anything to let her know, because she was willing to pick stuff up so people didn't have to go out as often. And so she's like, yeah, just make a list. Let me know if there's things that you need that we can grab you guys. That's
nice.
So one of my friends had sent her list. She messaged the day she was going and she was like, I'm on my way to Costco. Do you guys need anything? And I was like, I was in the middle of doing something. Plus I was like, I'm planning on going to the store tomorrow and it's fine. So I was like, I'm good. I can't think of anything that I like urgently need. I'm okay. So thought that was the end of the conversation. And then she messaged me probably about 20 or so minutes later. And she was like, so I'm at Costco right now. And me and Mike want to bring you something. What do you want? And I was like, I don't know. I don't go to Costco. And so she was like, just say what you want. She's like, you might as well say what you want because otherwise we're just going to bring you whatever. And I was like, okay, I guess some snack things like maybe like protein bars or granola bars or I don't know. Cause I was like, I truly can't think of anything. And I was so caught off guard. And so she's like, just send me a picture, like, just Google some stuff. Send me a picture of whatever you want. And so I was like, okay. So I like randomly, I was like, what is that brand at Costco? Kirkland. Everything's Kirkland over there. So I was just like, what Kirkland snacks? And I was like, okay. I was like, that looks cool. Or I don't know that. All right, sure. So I sent her like 5 pictures and I was like, any of these is fine. Definitely don't get all of these, but these are just some things that would be fine to have around the house. And she's like, okay, great. And then 5 minutes later, she was like, do you eat chicken? I was like, I do.
You eat that Costco chicken.
And then she was just like, she didn't even answer. She was just like, and that was it. And I was like, okay. So I guess they finished and she was like, what's your address? We're going to come bring it to your apartment and I'll let you know when we're outside. And so she shows up and she's got like 2 boxes of just everything. She brought like a bunch of bananas, a bag of tangerines, a big old 2 loaves of fresh French bread, a rotisserie chicken, all the snacks. I was like, no, I only meant one of the snacks. one of the snacks. She got me those little peanut butter pretzel things.
Ooh.
Seaweed, because I love my dried seaweed and I always eat that. And 2 things of granola bars. I was like, I'm not gonna eat all this.
That's so sweet.
But also I was just like, but also thank you. And also, why'd you do that? And you people are trying to make me cry and I won't have it. And so she was just like, we just wanted to bless you. We know that you guys are struggling right now. And especially with, not having acting and one of your jobs, not having that. So we just wanted to do something to bless you guys. And I was like, thank you. And then I brought it all in and I showed Eric everything and he's just like, wow. And I was like, you're going to help me eat this because I'm not going to eat all this by myself.
And Eric was like, yeah.
He was just like, I have no problem with that. So.
Well, you twisted my arm.
Mm-hmm. So there was that. Then today.
There's more.
Yes, there's more. These people are trying to get me and I won't have it. So today, like just before this call, I'm talking to Ty. He just called and was FaceTiming me. And I was like, hey, just FYI, I'm probably going to have like 10, 15 minutes before we jump on and do this podcast. And he's like, okay, cool. I was just checking in with you. And I was like, da-da-da. So we're chit-chatting and all of a sudden I get a little doodle-loop. And I see an alert and it says, Venmo from Ty Austin, $25. And I was like, why are you did you send this by accident? And he's like, nope. I was like, why? And he's like, 'cause. It's like, you don't need money right now? He's like, well, I just got a nice check from a gig that canceled on me, blah, blah, blah. And I just wanted to do something nice.
Aw.
Look, you leather halter wearing boy.
I was just like, okay, all you people are going to stop right now. Right now. Do I have a sign on my head that says this girl's poor and she needs help? I don't understand.
I mean,
this girl's poor.
Help me. I'm
Make my sign bigger.
I feel like there's some invisible banner that everyone's seeing and I'm like, okay. But anyway, so yeah, everyone keeps doing stuff and I'm like, well, stop it. Everyone stop it. So that's why folks are trying to get me this week and I'm just
Well,
no.
I mean, at least if you cry, it's happy crying.
Sure, happy, sad. It's still tears going down my face and messing up all. I mean, today's the only day I have makeup on, so that isn't necessarily true.
I love a good happy cry.
well, when you're
The metaphorical makeup that it would mess up to be running down my face.
well, when you get tired of all the good things, can I borrow your "I'm poor" sign?
No, I'm saying, like, what?
I am grateful. I am very grateful. When things like that happen, I don't know how to process them well. I don't know how to process them well. So
No, I get that. It's like if it's unexpected, even just like an unexpected, really nice compliment or something.
Oh, and then my sister. That was the last thing.
Oh yeah, you showed us that.
My Easter gift.
Oh.
She got me a for people listening. She got me the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook, and I'm very excited. So that was another surprise thing. I didn't know. These people that are dropping off packages, by the way, are like banging the crap out of doors, and I'm like, okay. Any other time, y'all just be throwing stuff on the porch and walk away, and we'll never know a package came. Lately, they're like, gah, 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 gah. So I heard that this morning, but I was like, that can't be my door because I haven't ordered anything unless Eric ordered something. And then he left earlier and I saw the package on the doorstep and I was like, Target? Now, I haven't made any Target purchases yet. Target's been calling my name, but I was like, I definitely didn't do that, did I? Did I take melatonin and sleep shop again?
Oh, shit.
I've done that one time. And it was Amazon. But that was not the case this time. So I didn't know who got a package. And then my sister texted me before we jumped on here and she was like, did you get your Easter gift? And I was like, my Easter gift?
Easter gift?
My Easter gift? What Easter gift? This was it.
You guys, we have a debate about actual nuts in the chat and it's kind of awesome.
People are talking nuts?
Oh, yes, because we got some followers joining to say.
Yeah. So Rifik says pistachios are big, and then Bia is showing us some love. Hi, Bia. So everyone was asking about Nuts. Just a heads up, Mixed Nuts is actually our production company because we actually are content creators. But you know, Mixed Nuts is because we're how do I explain this? Because no one can see us. There's two black girls and a white girl, and we thought it was a good idea to say Mixed Nuts. So the nuts part is more crazy than.
I think we should have gone with Oreo, but you know.
Well, hey, I suggest
Oreo is too on the nose.
Trademarked, I guess.
We are a mixed bag of nuts.
Yeah.
Personality-wise, too, guys.
Also true. But we're based out in LA, so we're out in Hollywood making things when we can. But right now we're actually Zooming while we're spooning. Wait.
No.
We're we are
wrong.
zooming, we're spooning.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And Bia's actually about our content. We do a lot of like comedy sketches and things like that. We wrote our first short film, which we're gonna probably do a table read virtually and try that out. See if we can get some funding when things get less crazy. But yeah, so we met doing Hit Record with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Well, at least that's how we met Callie. Rodnesha and I have known each other since we were 9. And we're from Texas originally, but Callie is a native LA person.
Yes, I am.
A little bit of background on us, but yeah, we deal in a lot of comedy. We probably will write some more serious stuff too. Hey, Dallas, Bia, hey, girl.
Texas.
We can say y'all and it won't be offensive, right?
Never offensive.
Well, I mean, people look at you and funny anyway. Southern shit. Aw, you're awesome. Thank you for stumbling into our random podcast. Spoon, our random spoon. Sorry, we do podcasts and we're new to Spoon, so we're trying to get used to this spoon.
Well, yeah, to be fair, we are still saving this live. We're putting it everywhere. So it's live on Spoon, but then it'll also go on podcast streaming services because we will upload it. And the Zoom video will also go on our YouTube channel because we're fun to watch, I think. Sometimes we're fun to watch.
Yeah, everybody keeps watching our podcast and we're like, that's not how that's supposed to work, but hey, feel free to watch our faces.
Y'all, I shouldn't have jumped on Facebook, but
and hi obligatos. I'm probably butchering that, but hey.
Sidebar. Why is there a report from Daily Mail saying that Trump is considering pardoning Tiger King Joe Exotic? Sir, do you not have anything better to do? Do you not have anything better to do right now?
I can't.
No.
I can't.
Well,
do you see it? Do you see it? This
That's
nonsense?
crazy. Because he just has to be involved in any kind of trending topic. So he's like, wait, why are people talking about Tiger King more than they're talking about me? So let me see how I can put my name in the spin. Ridiculous.
Hi, Arthur is a cutie. Sorry, I saw your icon was a cat. I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Oh, dear. See, this is funny. I have to explain to you guys listening because for those of you in the thing, I'm Art by Callie is my personal account. So I'm in the Spoon live feed right now looking at the comments, and Darcy is manning our Mixed Nuts account looking at the comment, but Rodnesha cannot see the comments because she does not have a Spoon account. So she's like, what are you guys talking about?
I can only surmise.
Oh dear. But anyway, we got off. Is there anything else making you cry, or that was the last of it?
That was it. Hopefully.
I would like, if you don't mind, Rodnesha, I don't know if you've opened it yet. I would like to know what some of the recipes in the Harry Potter cookbook are.
Let's see. BTW, I just have to say for the record, no offense to anybody else, but my sister's better than yours. And
I mean,
I love her dearly. She's awesome. She fortunately, thank goodness. You know what's funny? I mean, my sister and I are similar in a lot of ways and different in a lot of ways. But we're both kind of in the same boat when it comes to like entertainment, pop culture, media type stuff. One of the two. The other one, the third one, does not care. So my sister's the only one that I can like geek out with about like Harry Potter stuff or, you know, certain movies that we grew up with watching that like no one else seems to care about, like the movie Clifford, which if you've never seen the movie Clifford with Martin Short, I don't know why, but in our family, it could not be any funnier. But things like that. Anyway, so, the other thing, I think she's sending me some face masks, but I think that they might be Harry Potter masks because she was asking me about it. She was like, hey, do you need any face masks? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I could use one, sure. And she's like, I'm going to order some. I'll send some your way. And then she was like, what house are you? And I was like, I'm Ravenclaw. So I'm like, oh, am I going to get a mask that's Ravenclaw? I'd go outside every day, which is not what we're supposed to do. I won't do that. But whenever I do go outside, I'll definitely be sporting that if that's the case. Okay, let's see what's in the book. Here's what it says on the back. Bring magical dishes to your table. Menu for the magical fun. Appetizer, creatures, French onion soup, the elf's signature specialty. Entree, Molly's meat pies, Mrs. Weasley classic dish. And treacle tart, Harry's favorite dessert, or pumpkin pasties, a Hogwarts Express staple. Among many, many others. 150 easy-to-make recipes and a guide to where the foods can be found in the series. So...
I love that they tell you where it is, where it can be found.
I know. I was like, what?
That's awesome.
And I can eat it and read about eating it while I eat it.
Oops, sorry for the noise. Charlie's sleeping on my lap and snoring, and I'm just like, you gotta move.
Trying to see if there's
Charlie's a dog.
Yeah, not my child. Well, my fur child, but I would not talk about a human child like that. Like, get off me! Why are you sleeping on me?
Okay, I'm just going to randomly flip. We have beef stew with herb dumplings, a rhubarb crumble and custard sauce. What? Beef and Guinness stew for kids?
What?
But it also has Guinness in quotes, so I don't know if it's actual beer or...
It better not be.
But it's the UK, so... glazed carrots, buttered peas. I might use this glazed carrots tonight for my dinner with my chicken. Steak and kidney pie. 9 recipes from the goblet.
Ooh. Wait, from the goblet.
I don't know what that means.
Bless you.
Hold on, let's see. What is this? Knickerbocker what now?
Knickerbocker who's and what's this?
I lost it. Oh, Knickerbocker Glory. I don't know what that is. It looks like something with custard. I do like custard. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. A Knickerbocker Glory is what, if you guys recall the second movie, Chamber of Secrets, when Dobby floated what's her face?
Petunia.
I don't know why her name. Thank you, Petunia. Made across the room. That was a Knickerbocker Glory.
Oh.
Yeah.
All I know is that it looks like it is a Jell-O mold thing, and we're gonna pass on that. They have a nutty fruit cake.
Stuff on No, don't ever do that.
Ooh, they've got different types of ice cream sundaes in here. 4 classically British pies. What are those? Banoffee pies.
Interesting.
Why 4? I'm very confused. Oh, wait, I see. Okay, banoffee pies is one of the 4, and apple crumble is another. Meat and potato pie, and a chicken and mushroom pie. Those are, I guess, the 4 classically British pies. And much, much more. There's a lot in here, guys.
Oh, we scared off avocados. We got too boring as we sat there looking at recipes.
No politics, please.
No, it's because we were talking about Trump.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
I missed something.
No, because we were talking about Joe Exotic being pardoned, and he thought that we were going to have a political discussion. Sorry.
That's why I didn't even address it on here. I just commented.
Yeah, no, I did.
Put it on the Zoom that people are watching. So yeah, I want to try that apple crumble, I think, but that'll have to be post quarantine times.
I think I know why I haven't baked. I was thinking as I was flipping through that I had intentions to try to bake some things since I'd have time. But I think the reason I haven't done it is because it's a slippery slope. And I know if I bake a cake, I got to eat that cake. And even with Eric here, that's still half a cake. And
yeah, I haven't made anything big like that. I've made like a little bit of cookies at a time, you know, not a cake or pie or anything.
Yeah. See, don't feel bad about it because there's 4 of us here.
Well, see, there you go.
So I'm probably gonna make a coffee cake. And I also have pumpkin puree and like dark chocolate chunks. So I think I might make a pumpkin bread with some dark chocolate chip in it for everybody. Yeah, Robert started staring me down when I said that, and I was like, "Oh, you like that, do you?"
I am staying away from the baked goods as long as I can. Now, granted, I do have a thing for making lemon bars.
Oh man!
But I haven't done it yet. It's coming though. I know it's coming.
Yeah, Miles, Jessica, our roommate, found, whatever you want to call it. Someone nearby has lemon trees or a lemon tree, and I guess there were a whole bunch on the ground that were in really good condition. So she just, since they were on the ground, and brought them home. And Miles made a lemon mousse out of it. It was so good.
Delightful.
Speaking of stealing lemons,
I love a lemony dessert.
Sorry. It was freezing on my end, so I was like, I don't know if I'm talking over it.
I was like, what just happened?
But speaking of stealing lemons, we have an episode on YouTube of The Broke Boat.
Oh, yeah.
Rodnesha steals some lemons to attempt to make her own right drink at home.
That was
fun.
I like The Broke Boats. Those were fun.
You know what's funny? There's someone on the neighborhood app around here who put a whole rant about how someone was stealing like fruit off his fruit tree during this time. And he's like, I just want to say that this tree is in my yard and people keep coming up to my fence and stealing fruit off my fruit tree. And I was like, okay.
Like, I'm sorry if you have a fruit tree near a fence and it's hanging over, it's not kept pruned. You got to know that some people are going to reach up and take the parts that's hanging out of your yard, sir. Like,
see, that's the thing is, I'm like, how much invasion is happening? Because I feel like if it's hanging over the side, I mean, not that that makes it right, but if it's hanging over the side of a fence or something, but if it's like, I don't know how well into the yard it is that people are going and getting it, but he seemed like there was trespass and treachery happening.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they don't have to trespass to get it, like, it's probably just as much taken from humans as is pecked off by birds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if it's on the ground and it's rolled off,
I think it's different on the ground. He said pulling off his tree. So
yeah, no, I've seen people when I used to be around the neighborhood a lot more delivering. I used to see people that would have the tool that I guess you would have in an orchard to get like apples. It's like that long
basket thing.
I would see people stealing from trees with that tool.
Okay, that's a little much.
I've seen people do that with avocado trees because avocados are hard to find, but
they were doing it with lemons and oranges. I was like, can't just go to the store.
That's
definitely not your tree. And they were definitely in someone's yard doing it.
Wow. Wow,
I
wow,
don't
wow.
understand. I do not understand. Anywho,
Anything else today we talking about?
do we want to talk about bridesmaids?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say the read.
Yeah.
Ah, the table read. Our bridesmaid table read. Listen, people, I've hit my peak. This is as good as it's gonna get. I don't know
That.
how much longevity I thought this table read group was gonna have, but this is clearly gonna be it. So, if you missed the read, you missed something magical. And I guess you can watch the one we're gonna do Saturday, and maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. Who's to say?
Give the new people some background, Rodnesha.
Oh yeah. So I got a wild hair after Callie and I were watching a table read for Star Wars that her dad was in. That was highly entertaining and interesting. And I don't know what else to say besides it was.
I'm still sad I didn't get to go.
It was the things that were awesome, and the things that weren't.
The context there is that this table read was for someone's birthday.
Right, it was a private.
My dad has worked with some of these people, done theater with some of them in Toronto, so they invited him to come be Lando. He didn't really know what he was getting into, but he said, hey, I'm allowed to invite 2 people, bring a friend. He specifically says, bring your actor friend. And I'm like, be more specific. I have so many actor friends. But I had recently, been posting about going to see Rodnesha's play. And he's like, yeah, the one who did the play. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. So I invited Rodnesha. But since it was somebody's birthday, they were drinking. So some of the acting was stellar. Some of it was well cast. Some of it was not. And some of them may have been well cast had the people been but they weren't.
There's definitely one dude that disappeared, and I'm pretty sure he got too drunk to finish. I am pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah. So they had a whole other thing going on, and when Callie told me it was for someone's birthday, I was like, okay, well that makes more sense. Like they were just like, this is just fun. But while we were watching it, I was like, this is really interesting and entertaining. And now I'm kind of like, I feel like this would be something that'd be fun to do during these COVID-19 times where entertainment is limited. At least I've entertained. So we had talked that night and then kind of backed away from it. And then I was like, no, I think I'm gonna do it. So that is the table read. The group is called Flip the Script. When I initially was thinking about doing it, I was like, oh, well, I mean, it'll probably just be a few of us, like I'm sure Darcy and Callie and then some other people I know, maybe some improv people, there maybe be like, maybe 10 of us or something.
Sorry.
That group is at like 50 people.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna blow up in your face.
And the whole point of it being a closed group, because I was like, well, this is for the actors, and there's probably not going to be that many, but it'll just be a way for us to like information around. I'm glad I'm doing it. I'm very glad I'm doing it, but this has definitely become a much bigger thing than I anticipated. So all that to say, we've done 3 table reads so far. The first one was for The Room. For all you cult fans of The Room, we did a table read of that. We tried to do it as dramatically and as seriously as possible, which was not at all. It just couldn't be. It's a terrible script, and it's ridiculous at every turn. Yeah. However, I wanted to challenge us to try to do it, and I still think it was a great read, and everyone did. I actually broke more than anybody else. I had several moments where I just disappeared out of frame, rolling on the floor laughing. And then the second one we did was Beetlejuice. I was about to say the one that we're about to do, but I'm not releasing that information yet. So Beetlejuice was the second table read that we did, and then the most recent one was Bridesmaids, which again, I think was probably the best one we've done. And now I fear I've broken the system. And I feel like we're just gonna tumble. We ascended to the sun, and then the wax wings are melting, and we're just gonna fall back down to the earth.
Have you no faith?
Here's the thing, you guys. Rodnesha is being modest because, yeah, I agree. This is the best one yet. But I also think, one, the room was surprisingly fantastic, especially for it to be the first one.
Yeah.
And then Beetlejuice had some kinks, but I think it still went really well. And we've gotten positive feedback about all of them so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, mind you, though, Bridesmaids was hilarious. It just
so good.
I think everything just fell into place. Like, Rodnesha did such a great job casting it, and it was just like, it was perfect. There was like the only things that were wrong were like technical difficulties.
And at the end of the day, with a Zoom, you can't really control much of. So that one, and I like sat there, and that was the first one where I wasn't in it at all, and I was highly entertained the entire time. I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is amazing.
I'm looking forward to just watching one.
The bathroom scene couldn't have gotten better.
What scene?
The bathroom scene really couldn't have gone better. Like, that was probably, I was thinking that might be a difficult one to do just because it is kind of complicated back and forth as far as what's going on, but
oh no, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. And here's the thing, guys, Bridesmaids is definitely one of my favorite comedies. It's definitely up there. And rereading the script, I was like, this is a tight script. Like, this is a really good, tight script. So that helps, because it's also like, you'd have to really miscast to botch the script up, which can be done. It absolutely could have been done. That could have happened. But it's like the script was already like setting the good groundwork, and then finding all the right type of comedy actors for each role. I like to include music in my reads when and where possible. So far, we've been able to make it possible with each one. I don't know if
that went really well this time.
And it's because I have now, hopefully, Molly be my music person.
Right.
So she is a writer. She may decide to act the other day. She may decide to do something, but right now she's just happy to kind of like be part of the script process, because she wants to get back into writing, and she thinks that it's helpful to just watch these reads and get familiar with script again, and then doing the music. So now that she's done that more than once, and she's like comfortable with it, I feel like we had a good groove with the music too. So everything in place. It was just such a good read, and I really truly am worried. I just because when things happen and everything goes so well, but then you're like, oh no, everything went so well. And that was probably the read we had the most people come watch too.
That's true.
Because I was looking at numbers, and it's like, oh my gosh, we had a good, like at one point we probably had close to 40 people in the room, and we accounted for 16 of those. So
that's good. I didn't realize it got that high. I'm glad you can see the number and the participants, but like, that's, of all the things going on the screen, that's like the last thing I'm looking at. So I'm glad I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah. It held around 35 throughout. I think at one point it got to like 38 or 39.
Yeah.
But it held around 35 for the most part. And I was just like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
These are people who, and now we're getting people who have come and watched that aren't connected necessarily to me or know me, but either may know a cast member or just randomly heard about it, and leading to people wanting to be a part of it, which, yay, but also so many people. So I'm glad that it's going well. I was very excited, and I just wanted to shout out Bridesmaids in this podcast because these two were a part of the group or the cast, and did a great job, and everybody did a great job. And if I could give out awards, I'd give out awards to everybody.
I had so much fun. I knew I wanted to be in it, and I was just like, I don't know who I could be. I don't think I could really do any of these. And then I was just like, you know, Rodnesha, give me whatever. And then when she cast me, I was like, no, actually, this is perfect. I can do this. I don't think that I would have chosen her for myself. I was Becca. But then when she told me, I was like, oh my God, yes, Becca. Yes, I could do that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And like y'all went all out too. Like the other thing too with this one, the one thing that I have loved consistently about these table reads is everyone has come willing to go like full throttle. And so people have been coming in costume, people have been coming with makeup, people have been bringing props. I love it. And so this time around, yeah, Darcy had the blonde wig.
Oh.
You straightened your hair for Becca and had like the pristine headband, which I was like, oh my gosh. And like every possible conceivable background ever. like you can change your backgrounds on Zoom. And so she literally had a different setting for each scene that she was in. I was like, this is crazy. And then, yeah, people had props and wardrobe changes. AT with his Ted and a do-rag. I died. Everyone did so well. So well. And now here's the other thing that's challenging too. Now that I've seen everybody in Bridesmaids, it's tempting for me to just want to recast everybody in the same thing. So it's just like this group just works so well. So I'll just have them do everything. But I'm like, no. Because the thing is, like, even if I did do that, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that it would work on the next script, you know?
Yeah.
But
at least you're getting ideas for possible, because I mean, there's so many scripts. It's good to know,
who can
like,
do what.
learning people's wheelhouses to a degree. Because like, for instance, Dan Cole, I was not aware that that particular character type was, I don't even know if he knew, but
He
that's
should know. Let me pause you right there. If I could create a movie for Dan, I'd do it in a heartbeat. He impressed the hell out of me. Like, and the thing was, he was part of
Grove. That's not a character type that works for him. This one, perfect.
Well, see, Grove, I think here's the thing, is what I was thinking when I cast Dan. I think a lot of people go off of his body type and his size.
Exactly, that's what they do, and I'm like, that's not Dan.
And
like,
kind of cast him.
It is, obviously.
He can do that, but I remember when he was doing, because I just gave him like some sub characters in Beetlejuice. But I remember when he was doing some of them and he had some different character inflections for different things. But I was like, I think I already know who I want to be Rhodes. Because I was already thinking about casting at that point. And I was like, I think I want it to be Dan. Dan would not seem like the likely choice, but I think that's who that needs to be. And oh my gosh,
that's who he is.
Yeah, he
made me tear up so many times. Yeah. So many times. More than the actual freaking actor in the movie.
Yeah, Chris O'Dowd. I love Chris O'Dowd.
I do love Chris O'Dowd, but I was just like, Dan brought like a sincerity that was just so.
Yeah.
So
that's I like, that was really fun identifying something of, oh, there you are. Like when you find somebody.
There you are, Peter.
Yeah, there you are, Peter. Oh no, okay. Not gonna make me cry. But so yeah, no, that's definitely like, I've been trying to figure that out for him for a while, like just quietly, because I'm a weirdo and I like to figure out like people's, maybe something that like a type about them that they don't really know is there, but like once it clicks in, you're like, that's what's going to like get you work, even if that's like, that's the thing that's going to get your foot in the door, and then you can break out of it if you want to. That's going to get him in the door. Like,
I honestly want to tell him to take one of those monologues and do something with it. He absolutely should.
I was so happy. Like, I'm so happy for him. He did such a stellar job, and like, I was really, really like delighted. Mm-hmm. We know we can use him in that role for anything. So I'm happy about that.
I did want to say, I think that was, you mentioned, Darcy, about learning people's wheelhouses. I think in the beginning, Rodnesha asked me to help cast the room. And I was like, well, I don't know any of these people, who she added, right? So the first one, I think even the first two was more so just Rodnesha being like, well, these are the few ways that I do know these people. Like I know this person from one play, or I know this person from a couple improv classes, and just kind of her best guess.
Yeah, no,
so I think the casting is definitely just going to get better and better the more we work with people, right? Because you can, like you said, you can see what people can do, or even if they don't think they can do it, seeing something in them as an observer and being like, oh, I think you might be able to do this other role too. So I think I'm excited to see how people grow in the various castings of different things, because like you're trying to use as many people as possible, but at the same time too, like you're gonna reuse a lot of people too.
Yeah. So it's kind of like things are, I know you think you've peaked, but I think things are gonna get better, and the more we learn about people and the more maybe they sort of learn about themselves, I think it's just gonna get better and better.
Also, Bridesmaid is the first one that was recorded all the way through too. So I know, right, did already send it to those of us in the cast, because like this is really good. Like I'm sure some people might even consider like putting clips in their reel and stuff. Like that's how good it was. And like my dad watched the first two, but he was like, I'm so tired. He's on the East Coast, so he's like, I can't. So I sent it to him. He loved it. But
the Bridesmaids one?
Yeah, because I was like, Dad, you missed I had a bigger role in this one, and this is the one you went to sleep on. But whatever. But I don't blame him. My mom was in there the whole time too, and I didn't even realize she was in there because there's people. No, I didn't know. She was like at the end of it, she was like, that was the best one yet. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't know you watched it. but I say all this to say, I don't know if everyone would be okay with it. I'm sure people would, because it was a good time. You might want to consider making a channel for it, because they're copyrighted things. You can't like make money off the channel, but you might want to upload them somewhere that we can direct people to, the ones that we think are great, right? Like if it had a lot of kinks and a lot of technical difficulties, you don't have to upload it, but this would be a good one to put up, I think.
I have thought about that. And can I give you guys another exclusive?
Ooh, exclusive.
So I was talking to Molly yesterday, and we were talking about a bunch of random stuff. And then somehow we got on to talking about like movies and DVD commentary. And she's like, this is a random thought. Have you considered doing like a post-show Q&A that someone could host with the actors and you to talk about the process and, what you did to get things ready, what the actors did to get things ready? I was like, I like it. And she was like, yeah, you can like record it, and like you can put it with the thing or separate thing, and it can be like extras. And she's like, and I'd be willing to host it, so then you can actually partake in it. And I was like,
yeah,
okay, I like it. So we might be adding that on to this next read as a post-show thing. But I'll be trying to figure out how to finagle that.
Right.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if we were ever going to do, like, I didn't know if we were going to do a Q&A with people or things like that afterwards. Like, I was always wondering, like, if after a show, reading, whatever you want to call it, if we were going to do something after.
It wasn't my plan. I know the one happened after the room, but that was kind of spontaneous. Like, people were just like, can we ask you questions? And it's like, oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I kind of liked. Like, I like doing that. I think that's fun.
So I think my thing was mostly to just, especially with the first couple of reads, we had people like on the East Coast and all that other stuff. So I don't want to keep people too long. So I do like the idea of doing it, but I definitely want to give people heads up and have it kind of organized so that, one, we can let people know on the front end of the table read, like, if you want to stick around after for a Q&A, we'll be having that. And then also kind of have some stuff queued up and then get things from the audience as well, so that it won't just be us like, but
we want to see if it's possible to organize reads earlier since we have some East Coasters. That way we don't run into that issue of them having to
it'll all be dependent on who gets cast when for what.
Right.
So my and then the other thing, because the reason why I haven't done it straight up like in the afternoon is because I do know some people who want to do it but still have jobs and have things that they're working during the day. So I was trying to do like early evening so that if we started at like 6 or 5, it's only 8 or 9, depending on if they're Central or East Coast.
I didn't know if like Sundays were as problematic. I didn't know, because I know.
Again, that all depends. It largely depends on
who.
Me. Depends on casting. And right now I wanted to have like regular, like every Tuesday and Friday or whatever.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
And now the way it's working out, it literally is just like whenever I can get it cast and like the furthest out from then that I can get it done. So I haven't had a day of the week that's like been consistent. This is the day that we do it. And I think it's also because I still keep trying to get them in a little more regularly than like once every 7 days.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of scripts out there.
Right. And then also like just trying to take advantage of this time, right? Because if this is something that keeps going, which I know you hope it is, once life is back to normal, even like twice a month is going to be a lot. You know what I mean? It'll probably end up being like a once a month thing.
Yeah. So I'm definitely trying to maximize on the time. So I think at some point I was like, well, rather than just having a set day, it'll just be however, like if I can get a smaller script in quicker, then we'll do it 4 days from now. And then if it's a longer script, maybe it'll be 5 or 6 days. So, but point being, I want to try to work it out where, and the thing with the Q&A too, is we can still do it. It'll just be a matter of like finding out who can stick around for it and who can't. So there may be some people who can't stick around for it, and that's fine. We can still do it. So that's the notion.
Julie said Hocus Pocus needs to happen. See, that is another one I would want Mixed Nuts to call dibs on if we did Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, that's a problem. Mixed Nuts has a problem with trio movies.
And also because another tag for our channel, we did that Hocus Brocus pair.
That's what I was gonna say. We can open it up with the Hocus Brocus.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that is not a problem for me. If those are scripts y'all want to grab.
What? Jacob says, I want a contest, Elvis Presley's family and the really cool people.
I don't know what you mean, Jacob.
Contest with... Elaborate. We're interested. What?
Also, welcome to the feed. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Also, hi. Oh, did you win you won a contest for cool people? Is that what happened?
For cool people.
I need to know more.
I don't think I could ever win a contest for cool people.
You won a dance contest at Howl at the Moon.
Good.
Yeah, we were there.
I've won a number of dance contests in my life, surprisingly.
That's fun.
I'm willing to go up there and make a ridiculous fool of myself. And
because also, if you've ever been to Howl at the Moon, okay, you guys, we have reached our point where we're like, we're too old to do this, so we haven't been in a while. But we had a pretty solid phase of like going to use like the dollar drink tickets, and like they will get you crazy drunk at Howl at the Moon, right? So because you could just like sign up and get a party for your birthday, get a party for inviting this, just hold a party.
That's why they out of business too.
Everybody gets dollar drink tickets, and it's deadly. But so we go to the one at Universal City Walk, and I started it because I've been there for my birthday a few times, and I introduced these girls to it, and then we just started having parties. And I think even more than a couple times we would like film a podcast. We'd like record a podcast, podcast, be like, Come meet us at Howl at the Moon.
Yeah.
We'd go to Howl at the Moon right after the podcast.
No
And
one ever met us.
yeah, no one ever met us. But but we had good times.
Sure.
They often have like people have their birthday parties there all the time, and for the birthdays, they at some point they're like, let's get all the birthday people up here, blah 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 blah, let's have a dance party. And then the winner gets a gift card, right? But typically the contest always goes to some scantily clad white girl that's like touching her body, getting over, right? Because that's who mostly frequents, but whatever. There's no judgment. I'm just giving you the context for why her win was so great. So Rodnesha gets up there and she's doing like old school 90s moves and just killing it. And the white girls are looking like they're nervous because people are cheering for Rodnesha like crazy. And then, they do the thing where they like hold their hand over somebody's head. And it's like crickets compared to the cheers for Rodnesha. And me and Darcy are in the front like, that's my friend, yeah! And everybody's recording it. It was so much fun. And then that gift card was deadly because you get a gift card for a place that is not charging you. They're charging you pennies for drinks.
That gift card lasted for so long.
Right.
For so long.
That gift card lasted for so long. So long.
Yeah. They're all closed now.
Yeah. They definitely went out of business.
Poor Julie was like, no, Hollywood's open. I was like, no, they're all closed. I got notification. I was their VIPs. They were barely open, and they already got taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
Yeah, it's
remember how we were almost kidnapped by the Asian businessman? That was a good night.
That was hilarious. I think it was like a group of people from China for like a business meeting, conference, something, and they were like getting their boss drunk, and their boss kept wanting to like take pictures with us. It was crazy. And they had one of those, they bought us one of the, if you've been to Howl, they have a huge
punch bowl
of alcohol. And they gave this to us like as we were already winding down the night. Like it was close to ending time. And we're like, this is a bad idea. And we did it anyway. And they just kept coming to the table. I don't know, man. There's funny pictures from that. They're like, in the pictures, the man is like all like super sweaty and he's just like grinning from ear to ear.
Oh, yeah. Instagram.
They're like,
yeah. That was an interesting night. We've had so many interesting nights there.
Hang on, guys. We're breaking up. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. Now you're back. Is that the same night that you fell down the hill, Nasha?
Oh
no, that was an Asian businman's night because some other people were with us that night. I think that's the night we went with Hannah and Eric.
Oh yeah, that was
no. Hannah and Eric weren't with us on the fall. Hannah and Eric, no, Eric hasn't been with us. Eric wasn't old enough.
Oh no, it was Alex. It was
Hannah
Alex.
and Hannah. Well, Alex wasn't. Hannah was there at my birthday. Alex wasn't there.
I thought Alex was there.
No, because I remember specifically after him being like, I wasn't invited. And I was like, I literally didn't invite anyone. Like, we just went.
Who came with Hannah then?
Hannah met us by herself and then she was crazy drunk. She like got super drunk because she was like trying to play catch up. She came by
I
herself.
thought Alex was there because I thought he was hitting on someone. I thought someone was hitting on him.
I've never been there with Alex. So if you've been with Alex, that was another time.
I wouldn't have
He wasn't there for my birthday.
Really?
Yeah, Hannah was there for my birthday. But I know the day Rob fell down the hill.
Rob was there. I remember because me and Rob were talking about everybody most of the time. It was really fun.
Rob was there. My friends Basola and Christina was there. A couple people from work came. Hannah came really late, and then all of a sudden we were.
Yeah,
I
and ate the French fries.
Like, how did she get drunk so fast? We didn't even see her drinking, and then suddenly
she drank everybody's drink.
Suddenly she was gone.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, no.
I remember that man appeared out of nowhere and picked you up.
That's what
So
I'm trying
Rob
to figure out
couldn't
who was
be
with us on that
No,
one.
It was just the three of us.
It was just the three of us when you fell down
Was
the
it
hill.
just us three?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a random man caught you at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, he just appeared and picked you up.
It's very strange.
Y'all,
It happened so fast. Wait, no, oh, because you were running with me. I was like, who was I? Someone else was racing. Wasn't there a fourth person with us?
no, because I was at the
No.
top, like, I don't know why you guys are running down this hill. That's a bad idea. And Darcy was like, it's just the gravity. And it's like just running. And then all I know is suddenly you're tumbling. And it's like this weird, crazy, fast, but also slow motion fall. I can't really, I don't know how else to explain it, but it was so epic. And then all of a sudden, she fell.
I fell.
But she would have been completely on her face skidding had this man, I guess, who I don't even know, he must have been so far ahead of us that we didn't see him. And then suddenly he's just like, boom, and like catches her.
Well, I could have sworn we saw him when we were out for the rodeo place because he was like a chef or something. He had the like the little apron or something.
Oh,
He
I don't
wears.
I don't know what he had on.
Because
I
I
don't
remember
remember.
seeing. But yeah, he appeared out of nowhere because it's a wonderful idea to run down the hill. Because when I drink, I like to do exercise. And I'm really fast. I don't know why. And so I just flew down the hill. And you thought it was a good idea too. And I nearly killed you. Or
I
got
don't
you
know
killed.
why I thought a fourth person was with us because I thought we were
Because the
trying
stranger,
to catch up with
stranger
you.
appeared. The man you're supposed to marry. And
Well,
caught you.
apparently not. He disappeared.
I'm sorry.
So
That was
funny.
so weird. It was so weird.
Oh, we had a lot of weird nights there.
Yeah, I remember my birthday, I threw up out of the side of Rodnesha's car and I just kept being like, I'm so sorry. Rodnesha, I don't get like this. I'm so sorry.
You were like, I said I wasn't going to drink like this again. I said I wasn't going to do it.
I'm too damn old for this. Why do I keep doing this? It was like my 27th birthday or something like that. I was like, oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that was
Laughing
funny.
at me.
I was just glad that it was outside of the car. That's all I cared about. I was like, at least you rolled down the window. We're good.
You guys just froze in the scariest way.
Oh.
For all the spoon listeners, I know that was super scary. There was a freeze, but it froze in a way that those two were laughing, and so it just went on forever of hee, and it was scary. I'm really sorry about that. Callie threw up outside of the car. And I think that was the gist of the story.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. this trying to zoom and spoon at the same time because it's like we don't know if we're frozen and
Sure.
Darcy has the spoon feed, but then at the same time I'm recording the Zoom on my end and sometimes y'all don't know if you're frozen. So it's like it's who knows what version
on my end so far nobody has froze, but
on my end Rodnesha's face was
and see right now on my end your face is frozen, but I hear you. Your sound is good.
okay.
Your face is frozen.
Great. This is going well.
Oh my goodness. How long have we been doing this? Where are we at?
a long
already?
time. It's
We have
7:20.
less than 10 minutes.
Oh, less than 10 minutes on the 2-hour feed. Okay, cool. Well, the last thing I had written down was my poetry story. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Like that?
Regale us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do tell us about the wiener.
So I have been doing a poem every day because April is the National Poetry Month. So I'm doing the Write a Poem Every Day challenge. And on my Spoon account, Art by Callie, I have been doing a live almost, not every day, but almost every day. I've been doing a cast of at least my poem. But I'll do a live and I'll like read my poem that I wrote and I'll just look up some public domain poetry and I'll just read poetry for like 30 minutes or whatever till I feel like I'm done. And then if anyone wants to call in, they can. And so I've been like sharing it, just being like, hey, come read poetry. Call in, read your poetry. No one has done it until, what was this? It was yesterday's, or no, the 6th maybe. Someone decided to call in. I was really happy, right? I was excited because they were in the chat like, hey, can I read a poem? I'm like, hell yeah, you can. And they call me. He's like, I got a poem for you. I'm like, yeah, let's hear it. He's like, you ready? I'm like, yes, let's do it. And he's like, roses are red, violets are blue. On the other side, the grass is greener. I like to touch my wiener. And then I said, okay, I kept it serious. I didn't laugh. I didn't change my tone. I have to do this with the children that I work with all the time. Keep a straight, not give a reaction. Because if you give a reaction to attention-seeking people, they do it again, right? Little behavior for you. So I just said, okay, do you have a serious poem? And then he gave me a heart and he hung up. So I was very disappointed that my first ever call-in was a troll, was a prankster. But at least
he gave you a heart before he
gave me a heart, and it was a poem. Like, he could have just called in and yelled wiener. He put it into a poem. So
there was some thought.
Yeah. But I really hope I get some other callers.
I've got to say, I've come to find as an adult, any poem that starts with roses are red, violets are blue is just not going to end well.
Well, as soon as he started, I was like, okay, but I didn't cut him off. Like, what was I going to do? Be like, ha, 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 no. Like, maybe I should have. But
then you wouldn't have this great story about wieners and greener wieners.
Yeah, the wiener poem.
I was like, I haven't heard the word wiener in a while.
Yeah. That's original-ish.
Oh, the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, the internet.
Never know what you're gonna get, unfortunately.
You don't. You truly don't.
But
You're gonna start answering calls like, hi, is this a poem about your wiener? No? Cool, go ahead.
I know,
And then
right?
you'll be like, no, it's a poem about my dude.
Oh, okay, cool. Go ahead. I haven't heard this one.
Like, no one said wiener. What? What?
Go right
What?
ahead.
Yeah.
Julie said that she had, let's see,
What?
a girl, and there was shady meme cat who called in and wouldn't stop meowing, and then started playing rubber chicken music. So it could be worse.
You could have had to meow at you.
Don't answer shady meme cat. Don't do it unless you want meowing.
Why are people so strange? Like, like what? Why? Why would someone do that? Just
because they're bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored, but you know what I don't do? Pick up my phone and call someone and in their face. Like,
there's also a lot of children on here, though.
Yeah, that's also true. You're right.
There's a young crowd on this spoon. We elders, we
don't know how
in the spooniverse.
Wow, with that tic-tac. Stay away from them youngins.
Darcy, are you frozen again?
Yep, I think so.
Oh dear.
I can't even hear it this time.
I think we're running out of time on the spoon.
But on that note.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know if she can you hear us?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. It said the DJ's network was a little spotty, so.
A little shaky. Oh boy.
Yeah, so.
All right. Well,
yeah, anyway, that's probably a good place to stop.
Please don't call in with a wiener song.
Oh man, so the cast on Spoon is gonna end differently than the Zoom cast because she over there talking and she's frozen, and we don't know what she's saying.
No one knows. All right, I'm gonna sign off because I don't think they can hear me.
Bye everyone.
Bye guys.